Good morning, good morning. Mr. said this, calling all my Jamaicans and foreigner. Listen to me. It's not easier foreign. Member needs tell you this, yeah? It's not easy. You see, if you're not Jamaica with the beautiful sunshine and river and natural fruits and all these things, you know, stay there and try and make something on yourself. Yes, come here and visit. Me not stop nobody from come out foreign, but listen to me, it's not this cold place. You see, if you're not work, dog near me a supper. Nobody not there to help you. Listen to
Hello guys, welcome back again to the channel. So into today's video I want us to talk about something that I think many people can relate to. For years many Jamaicans have believed that moving to the United Kingdom means a better life. Some dream of earning more money, living in safer neighborhoods and having better opportunities. But after watching this interview from Jamaicans actually living in the UK, it seems that the reality is much more complicated than many people imagine. So guys, let us watch this video and see how these people they are speaking or they are giving out their experiences in the UK. So remember, if you are new here, please don't forget to hit that subscription button, and also guys, you can comment always and like this video. Otherwise, let's dig in.
and even with job, when we have a job, you see when you work, you go straight back on bills. You understand me? So you see when you no call and we can't send a little thing, it's not that we don't want to send it. We have bills to pay. Them have bills from council tax to rental, light to gas to what. Me say we can't stop with the bills them. And on top of them tax up and tax on the paycheck. Listen to me. We hardly have anything to squeeze. You see them when they want to say a party up and party up. Don't get me wrong, them is a party up. Probably just release the stress after them pay them bills and everything. Trust me. Because the money is not there. And where's the cost of living coming, yo? It's not easy. Even with education, you get a job. It's not easy, and it's not that easy if you get a job either. Because you go see interview upon interview. If the people them not like you, you not get the work. You not get the work. Member needs to tell you that. You hear that? So if you're in the Caribbean, which part of the day with nice sunshine, whatever, yes, it might be a little boathouse, whatever, but me miss me little boathouse. When me can go a river, get up and cook some food out the door. Yes, sir. You not have no food, you not eat. No money if you buy food, you can't eat. You can't go trust nothing at the people them shop. The foreign land not easy. Member needs telling you this. You hear that? Trust me. Me always dream for just work and go back because obviously my mother sent for me. You understand what me? I say because she seek a better life. Education, me do my flight attendant, everything. But me get sick. You understand me? After that I be a back clean. Yo, remember me tell you. Luckily me have my girl with brain. You understand what I say? Trust me, that place is not easy. You know, this cold land, foreign land is not easy, my people. Remember me telling you that. Me see my father back home and me tell him, me just make sure him okay. You understand me? Even though me can't eat sometime, me make sure him okay. Cause me say me nah make him come so come struggle like me. You must say mad. My father can't come struggle. But my son, me make sure him have everything him have. Want him have everything me have. We scrape, we left back, we just scrape for myself. But anybody can relate to this, so the foreign are not easy. Anybody can say it easy, whatever. To Uno, good luck to Uno. Glad for Uno. But for me, and most people, it's not easy. So. You hear that? For the last video I make about life not easy in the UK. For all who ask, why me not go back? The reason why the kids not go back is because I can't find nobody to trust. I have big trust issue. I start business back home so that I could take my little time build up and go back, and it's the own relative of mine rob out everything. Everything him take when me work hard and save and put little. And say one cocoa, full basket, me do that try to my business, them rob it out. Okay, that's why me not go back. When I ask why me not go back, that's the reason. Because Jamaica is beautiful. It's just the trust. And me can't save. As me said before, me can't save. As me work now, the money gone back on bills. Bills. The ones in Jamaica is saying, yeah, UK is better than Jamaica. No, I'm not saying Jamaica is not hard, you know. I'm not saying not hard in Jamaica. But me I say it's not easy in the UK. You can't get no free water for bed. You have thing called council tax. Bills upon bills as you work. The money go back upon bills. That's what me I say. Me not saying Jamaica is easy. Me I say the UK is not easier. It's not old time UK, this 1960, 1980. It's not even the old time UK when me just come here. After the COVID, things get really hard. Everything gone up, sky high. What I mean sky high, everything up. So that's the reason why I'm not going back home. And nothing isn't easier in the UK. Me I tell you now. But come on, soon you feel yourself. Them say who feels it knows it. You understand me? That's where me I talk from.
When I tell people that I want to move back to Jamaica, the first thing that comes to their mind is, what about the crime? So let me tell you about my experience. I appreciate that my Jamaica is not everybody's Jamaica, but I can only tell you how I feel. And having lived in the UK for 9 years, let me just say this. I have experienced more direct consequences of crime in London than I have ever experienced in my entire life in Kingston, Jamaica. So when I get to England, my car gets broken into in front of my house. And babes, we lived in what they would call an uptown area, and it got broken into, but so sophisticatedly that they don't actually break any windows. It's all done electronically. So you get into the car, you're missing things, and you're almost thinking like, am I going crazy? Because there are no other signs, like physical signs that the car's been broken into. And then you realize actually your little money that you're hiding into the like flap of the mirror is gone. Anything that you had in the glove compartment is gone. And then you're like, oh damn, someone has actually robbed me. The other time, just after COVID, my car was parked directly in front of my house and the whole thing was gone. I called my sister, I said, you saw my car outside, right? She goes, of course I did. The car was not there. When I called the police and told them that my car has been stolen, they asked me if I had any video footage or any photos, and I explained no. They said, well, it was a Range Rover, and Range Rovers are being stolen all the time, so they won't bother looking into the case. I needed to contact my insurance company. I'm like, the whole car is gone and nobody's going to look into it. And then at my restaurant, I had a restaurant in Clapham, again, not the hood. I had a restaurant in Clapham, and a man threw a brick through the glass door, then climbed in to the restaurant through the door and basically stole alcohol and the till and whatever, so robbed me. Then when I looked into putting shutters on the window, because it was like floor to ceiling windows, I was told that it is a conservation area, so the council will not give me planning permission to put a shutter on the front of my restaurant. So I can't protect myself from being robbed again, but at the same time nobody is doing anything to protect me from being robbed, and I'm trying to run a business. In Brixton, I used to have a restaurant, I had it there for 9 years. Post-COVID, the rates of like crackheads and just vandalism just started to go through the roof. And before COVID, there was a little bit of code of conduct, right? Like you had 5 regular crackheads, they'd come and check me at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'd give you a little food, but you would never come into the business whilst we were open, whilst we had paying customers. It was just understood that there was like some sort of respect. Post-COVID, the new crackheads, babes, they never respect anything. They would come into the restaurant whilst I'm open, you're sipping on a 14-pound cocktail, and literally somebody is stealing your bag in that moment. And I'm like, this is getting madness. Again in Brixton, which is supposedly gentrified, someone gets stabbed at 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm like, you're not even waiting for nighttime? And for me, this was a bit weird. I opened a bar on Cold Harbour Lane. The day I was opening the bar, the roads were blocked off by police because there had been a fatal stabbing. So my point is that I have not ever had to have those concerns living here in Kingston, Jamaica. No, I am not saying that there is not an issue of crime. What I'm saying is that most times in the uptown areas, it is targeted crime. It is not being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Today I was walking downtown and many people are like, oh no, you can't go downtown. I was going downtown, I was taking pictures, I was taking videos, it was fine. Somebody told me that the rate of crime against tourists or expats is something like 0.001%, something like that. 0.01, 0.001, you get the gist. It is very little. So when you guys are telling me about crime, there is nowhere that I'm going in Jamaica that I ever feel like my car is actually going to get stolen. And the other thing is that I genuinely believe that if something happened to me in Jamaica, there would be some repercussions. Whereas in London, I felt like it was so much about being in the wrong place at the wrong time, because you have like £1 million houses here and then you have like a volatile estate there, which was very strange to me. And I just, maybe again because I feel like a foreigner in London, it just never felt comfortable. I've seen somebody on the train and this man was being super aggressive to him. The guy wasn't even responding and the man smashed his head into the glass and his head just started bleeding and nobody flinched. Nobody said anything. I have confidence that if something happened to me here in Kingston, that somebody somewhere would take up after me. And these are just the things that I just wanted to share. Now, please remember, I am not saying that there is not a crime issue. I am not saying that there aren't things that we need to deal with as a country. What I am saying to you is that this idea that in Kingston we're like dodging gunshots all the time, or we're walking around fearing for our lives, clutching our handbags, is just simply not true. And that is my lived reality. I appreciate you guys might have a different story. So no, when I think about moving back to Jamaica, crime is not anywhere near on my radar as a concern.
You know, so within the Jamaican diaspora, those of us that live in the United Kingdom really do have it worse. You know, just check the travel time and the time difference for one. 10 hours in the air in one tube above the Atlantic Ocean before you touch down. And when you touch down, you're transported 6 hours back in time. So you leave yesterday, arrive tomorrow, but you're really still in it today. But if you're in a New York, you know, if you're part of the New York diaspora, if you're part of the Miami diaspora, if you're part of the Toronto diaspora, I want 3 hours in upon the plane, you know, I want 45 minutes in upon the plane, and there's absolutely no time difference. And if there's a time difference, it must be about 1 hour or so. And we have what? 3 plane a week, you know. A week leaves London to come to Kingston. You hear me say 3 a week, not 3 a day. Yeah, not 3 every 2 days or whatever case may be. 3 a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We all know that the service they will leave London, come to Kingston, my love. And if you want to fly up on the weekend, it not exist. And if you don't have US visa, you cannot do the transit. So if somebody dead, you have to travel on that the service there to Kingston, Jamaica. And let me tell you something about that the service that it's expensive. You cannot get no little $300 ticket to America, you know, like what them have. You have to spend all £800-900 for ticket, and that is on the cheaper end. I want you to trust and believe that. There are people right now that have purchased their ticket for summer this year, and they know that they have paid 4 figures for an economy seat. You hear me say an economy seat? Me I thought 3 seat, 4 seat, 3 seat, because the plane them big, you know. So them pack way up in the plane like sardine. We're not getting a leg room, we're not getting a baggage, and if we want little 2 pieces of baggage, if you have to spend more money and all of that sort of something there just to reach back of your yard. So if you're a mother with 3 picnic, Lord of mercy, thousands and thousands of pounds, that's enough to just come back to your country. So just retaining and maintaining your connection with the island can be so difficult just for that simple fact. Because if you're there in America, you know, and you miss the 6 o'clock, you just get the 7 o'clock. You know how much flight leave New York, come to Jamaica, come on, wait name there. Kingston. Yes, I know some of you can say you can fly to Montego Bay and all of these things. Yes, you can fly to Montego Bay, Palm Virgin, where I have a couple plane where I go there. But still the frequency and the amount is not enough. And then when you're in Jamaica, you have to be dealing with this whole blasted thing with them people where they just believe, say, everybody that travels has moved to America. And they start talking to you about US dollars and all of them sort of something that I have this habit of saying to them, I'm so sorry, but I'm from England and I don't bank in US dollars. I actually bank in a stronger currency. Pound sterling. Cause me remember the days when me go to America, you know, me take £500 and the people then give me $1,000. Oh, I bank in a stronger currency. But you're constantly in this as something where you're battling with the people them about US dollars. You're battling with the people them about the flight. You're battling with the people them about time difference. And when you reach Jamaica, my love, when you're flying from England, my love, me say, you're tired. The breed of tiredness will come down by you, know, man. Because going to Jamaica and a sort of simple something, you know, and like one little tree of a plane ride, because you come from New York as you reach it in at the same time zone, so you probably just have one little grip. No, when you're traveling from the United Kingdom, you have to have a whole heap of things in your back, because that is a serious trip we are going on. And when you land, hey, no matter how you're excited, you're delirious because you're not asleep, you're tired, you feel away, all of them sort of something. And it takes a good couple of days, you know, before you start to reach back into that in the system. It's not normal. May I tell you, all of the people that will live in England, when the Caribbean, you know, the Caribbean routine of it all, knows the pressures, understands the pressures. That's why last year, you know, when we get the little opportunity to fly on Norse Airlines, the whole of the Jamaica community in a lot of excited, my love. Everybody get joke when them pull back them airfares and say them now fly here this year again, so we get the same fucking thing. I believe there needs to be more competition, there needs to be more frequency. Because the plane them will come to Jamaica, pack up, and we need more planes to come down Boya, yeah, man, to bring down the prices then, and to just allow for people's journeys and situations to be a bit more. Because the people that the boy them in England and the girl them in England and know which part them come from, because they can't come down here because it's too expensive for fly. So come on, man, just help us out. Lord of mercy, help us out. And the reason why I talk about it, you know, is because today I sat there and I fly Monday, and I feel like say today are the first day we'll be start to really come back into myself, because some me feel mash up all week and tired every day from the fly where me I fly come in here. Jesus Christ. My goodness, may I tell you, the Jamaican diaspora members in the United Kingdom, we have it the worst. And I think like we need to stand up and do something about it, man. We need to do a petition or something. God Almighty, because this cannot be on. It cannot be on. God.
Guys, I hope you have seen that video, and what I can say is that when we were growing up, we knew that many of us had people saying that once you reach England, your problems are over. People imagine beautiful houses, good jobs, and a lot of money. But according to many Jamaicans living there, life is not always like that. Yes, people may earn more money than they could back home, but they also spend much more. Sometimes earning more doesn't mean living better. That is something many people don't think about before moving. So, guys, the cost of living is crushing many families. One thing almost everyone mentioned was the high cost of living. People talked about rent that takes away most of their salary. Then there is a council tax, electricity bills, gas bills, there's internet, there's transportation, food insurance. By the time they finish paying everything, very little money remains. Some even say that they are living from one paycheck to another. Imagine, guys, working for 5 or 6 days every week, but still struggling to save money. How is that even crazy, guys? Personally, if it was me, guys, I could ask myself whether working harder or harder without seeing our financial progress is really the better life I was hoping for. Money is important, I do not disagree, but peace of mind is important too. Crime exists everywhere. Another point that surprised many viewers was crime. Many people outside Jamaica believe that once someone moves to London, they automatically became saver. But several Jamaicans share experiences of their cars stolen, homes broken into, or dealing with aggressive behaviors. Some even say that they experienced more crime in London than they ever experienced while living in Kingston. Now, this doesn't mean one country is completely safe and another is completely dangerous, guys. Crime exists almost everywhere. The difference is that people often expect development countries to be free from these problems. When the reality doesn't match those expectations, people become disappointed. Missing home is harder than people think, guys. One thing people don't talk about now is homesickness. Leaving your country almost means leaving your family, guys, leaving your childhood friends, leaving your culture, guys, leaving the food you grew up eating, leaving birthdays, leaving weekends, leaving funerals. Many Jamaicans explain that traveling back home is expensive because flights are very costly. Sometimes they are only managed to visit Jamaica once every few years. That can be emotionally difficult, guys. No video call can completely replace being together with the people you love. Loneliness can affect mental health. Guys, several Jamaicans said life in the UK feels lonely. Back home, neighbors know each other. People greet one another. Family members visit often. Communities are close. But many said life in the UK feels different. People are busy. Everyone seems focused on work. Some neighbors may live next door for years without really knowing each other. You can see that is very crazy. How can you live with your neighbor and you don't know your name? But back home in Jamaica, they say that you can know your neighbor greets you freely. You can even interact with your neighbor without even knowing him or her. So, guys, if it was me for real, I think this could be one of the most or one of the hardest parts. Money can buy many things, but it cannot easily replace human connection. Sometimes having supportive people around you matters more than earning big salaries. Some also spoke about racism. Another issue was discussed was racism, guys. Some participants said that they experienced discrimination or felt treated differently because of where they came from or color of the skin. Now, not everyone has the same experience. Many Jamaicans have built successful lives in the UK and have wonderful friends and neighbors. But it is also true that others have faced situations that made them feel unwelcomed. That reminds us every person's experience is different. Is Jamaica really worse? Listen to these stories made me think. Sometimes we focus so much on the problems in Jamaica that we forget every country that its own challenges. Jamaica has issues like crime, unemployment, and a rising cost of living. Nobody is denying that. But the UK also has challenges. You have seen people coming out, those Jamaicans living in the UK, they're coming out saying that there is a high rent, expensive bills, there's loneliness, and loneliness can lead you into depressions, guys. There's mental health struggles, crime, pressure at work. So many so maybe the real lesson isn't that one country is perfect and another is terrible. Maybe the lesson is that no country is perfect. Every place has disadvantages and advantages. Social media doesn't always show reality. It also thinks that social media has created unrealistic expectations. People post pictures without expensive cars, beautiful houses, luxury vacation, nice restaurants, but they rarely show the stress behind those pictures. They don't show the overtime, they don't show the debt, they don't show the sacrifices. People watching her from home sometimes think abroad is easy. Sorry, but the reality is often much more complicated. Think carefully before moving. If you're planning to move abroad, I'm not saying you shouldn't. There are many Jamaicans who have built successful lives in the UK. Some own businesses, some have excellent careers, some have achieved amazing things. But before guys making such a big decision, it is better to search properly or to do your research properly. Understand the cost of living, know what job is available, have realistic expectations. Moving abroad should never be based only on what we see on social media. For me, this video isn't about saying Jamaica is better than the UK or that UK is better than Jamaica. No, don't get me wrong. It is about understanding reality, guys. Every country has opportunities. Every country has challenges. The important thing is making an informed decision instead of chasing unrealistic dreams, guys. If it was me, I would want to know about the good and the bad before packing my bags. Before or because once you understand the full picture, you are less likely to be disappointed. Those are my thoughts, guys. But now I want to hear from you. If you live in the UK, do you agree with these expectations? If you live in Jamaica, would you still consider moving abroad? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And let us, guys, be a perspective. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on that notification so you don't miss our future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.